dog.
You're taking energy from my leg right now.
Oh, listen to me. You're a dog. Be still, Orville. I protested him as Orville. Mute. Hillary, ven para acá. If you don't, I tell you, this son of a bitch is a room.
You know what they said?
God's got something to say. Anyway, Hillary, we don't want you in jail. Shut the fuck up. We don't want you in jail, Hillary. We don't. Shut the fuck up, Gomer. You did some good. But you see, Hillary? That's what you you know what I mean? Bitch, listen. Baby, we don't want nothing bad for you. We don't want you to die. We don't want you to be sick. I pray for you, Hillary. God heals you. My sister had an aneurysm. And she has seizures. Her lame husband left her for a pole dancer after 28 years. So you know we all girls walking the same thing. I don't give a fuck. Hillary, if it's High Mucky Muck or the Nouveau Ridge or the bitch on the corner, we all suffering, baby. It's time for you to just let it go. Don't be so vicious, girl. Don't be vicious. It's like that he won't be vicious. Cause he gonna be president. And let's go. Hillary, have you heard of end of times? It's like a Muslim thing. You have that bitch Muslim Brotherhood shit that works for you. They want to annihilate our species so they can have some virgins. God dang, all they gotta do is come to West Point. Not the virgins, but you know, society. And they get tired of it and go down to King County. Then from there, don't forget to stop on Horse Road, China, 99. No, Americans. What do you see? Black America, how do you feel? I've seen you. I love these. These are the Spanish cross. It's Trump. Put it on.
Like a third world country.
Third world country. I'm an alien. Oh my God.
Clinton's campaign manager responded by calling the AP report distorted and biased. There were over 1,700 other meetings that she had. You know, she was Secretary of State. She was meeting with foreign officials and government officials constantly. So to pull all of them out of the equation, cherry pick a very small number of meetings is pretty outrageous. Joining us now to analyze the coverage of this controversy and the increasingly white-hot rhetoric on immigration and racism, Kelly Riddell, Deputy Opinion Editor of the Washington Times. Joe Trippi, a Democratic strategist and Fox News contributor. And Susan Mauricio, Chief Congressional Correspondent of the Washington Examiner. Kelly, maybe I'd come to consider the Clinton Foundation story to be kind of old and eye-glazing. But with these latest revelations, is it now getting the attention it deserves?
Yeah, it's suddenly. That woman is beautiful. Blonde. Look at her face. She's hanging out her tits. And you wonder why our children are like that.
On CBS, NBC, and ABC. Donald Trump got 8 times that much by a stupid, like the PR scandal where he posed as his own PR man. That got 8 times as much coverage as the Clinton Foundation in the first half of this campaign season. That just shows you how biased the press is. And there's a lot to uncover here. And you know how it's being uncovered? By Citizens United and by Judicial Watch through lawsuits, not by the New York Times and not by the Washington Post and investigative journals. The AP was the exception this week, but there's a lot more that can be dug into and uncovered here, and the press just isn't doing it.
Joe, you're an honest Democrat, so I know you're going to acknowledge that this is a troubling news story for the Clinton campaign and that the press should be aggressively covering it.
But look, it is what it is. You wonder sometimes why they didn't get in front of some of this. They've known it was coming for quite quite a while. On the other hand, the coverage has been, I think, like very simplistic, not really explaining a whole lot. And looking at, and I do think
Simplistic in a misleading way, in your view?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no, shutting down the foundation. Shut it down right now. This is a foundation that provides 11 million of the 17 million people who get AIDS drugs come from the Clinton Foundation. They receive. So how do you shut that down like tomorrow? There's things like that that I think are being lost in the. Why don't they shut it down right now? I mean, those kind of.
The Clinton Foundation has done good work over the years. The questions are about the ties between the State Department and the foundation and potential presidency. So Susan, Boston Globe editorial last week and Uber Liberal Huffington Post said shut it down. This week you've had USA Today and LA Times. Some would say, it should be gradually transferred to another foundation. And these aren't right-wing opponents of Hillary Clinton.
Well, it looks terrible. I mean, this is an unparalleled situation where you have someone, former Secretary of State, she's running for president, she's leading in the
My hair is
in a
growing.
sort of parallel universe of a big foundation that takes in billions of dollars.
Susan
Horatio.
Kelly's saying that there should be more coverage by media.
Washington
Cameron, the coverage is simplistic. Where do you come from?
Part of the reason why there hasn't been a lot of coverage is the secrecy. Look how hard it was for AP to get these, 6 years. 6 years they've been asking for her schedule.
Where's the press's coverage of the Points of Light Foundation when George
Did you hear that?
was running that foundation during the same time his son was running for president and serving as president and receiving contributions from people who probably wanted things from the Bush administration. Now, I agree. Part of the reason this is happening is because Citizens United and Judicial Watch sued and are pushing this. There was no such coverage of the Points of Light, which I think was a good foundation, still is a good foundation.
Well, I mean, Hillary Clinton was serving as Secretary of State while her husband was going out and getting paid speeches from foreign governments that were looking for deals that needed to be approved by the Secretary of State, Uranium One being one of them.
Let's drill down a little bit on this AP story that the Clinton campaign says is totally.
I don't like it.
So in these figures, 85 of 154 private people. The Clinton campaign says, among other things, well, probably Secretary Clinton would have met with some of these folks anyway, like Melinda Gates. That's probably true, but the campaign, in my view, has not really knocked down any of the facts.
No, and I think the AP story was very fair. It said that this wasn't a complete, we don't know who all she met with because her schedules haven't been released yet. We're still, and then the State Department comes out and says, we're not going to give you her full calendar or agenda until after the election season. So we're not going to know the complete story. But the AP was right, and they said that these are the calendars that we got. These are the evaluations that we've made off of this, and they just looked at special interest groups. They didn't look at traditional business. They looked at special.
Let me jump in on that, Joe, and you can respond. So the AP did one thing wrong, which was failing to retract an erroneous tweet summarizing the story. But the reason that the coverage here, the AP story, only covers half of Hillary Clinton's tenure is because AP had only access to 2 years' accountants, which it had to sue the State Department for, and that is all in the story. That doesn't make it inaccurate, in my view.
No, but they didn't go. Well, one, they really did make a big mistake with that tweet, and they still haven't retracted it. That thing was like, I still don't get that. I mean, why would a news organization not retract that tweet? The second thing is, it's true that what you're saying about them having to fight for that information. I get that. I agree with that. I think that was a mistake.
And the Clinton campaign says, well, the 1,700 other meetings that the secretary held with foreign and domestic government officials weren't counted. The AP addresses it and says, we didn't count that because that's her job.
It's more important to look at her elective schedule where she has a choice. So she has more of a choice with these outside groups than when the officialdom of the State Department, which is the part of the calendar the AP didn't look at. So they looked at when she had a choice, who did she choose to meet with and why? And you look at it, and among those, she received $156 million of the Clinton Foundation.
Well, the foundation, yeah.
And her husband received a lot of money in speaking fees.
Speaking fees, correct.
That's important.
Let me turn now to the increasingly hot rhetoric on the question of race by both candidates. Here's a brief look at the speeches that they gave this week.
Hillary Clinton is a bigot who sees people of color Only as votes, not as human beings worthy of a better future.
Now, of course, there's always been a paranoid fringe in our politics, a lot of it arising from racial resentment, but it's never had the nominee of a major party stoking it, encouraging it, and giving it a national megaphone until now.
For both of you, Kelly first, how do the media cover this? It seems like we're all being sucked into this vortex of ugliness and really incendiary charges. You're a racist, you're a bigot. How do the media cover this?
I think they actually have to look at Trump supporters. I give props to the Washington Post today, which on its editorial page actually went to a Trump rally and interviewed some of his supporters who are not this alt-right fringe of racist, bigots. And there are actually people that are concerned about the future of America. 70% of them think that we're on the right track. And that's the reason why they support Trump. So the press should look into actually who is Trump's base and not give Hillary Clinton a lot of headlines calling them all racists and bigots, which is just simply not true. And on the same token, if they're going to do that, do it with her left supporters.
Supporters racist. She said that he was stoking racist and bigotry. And by the way, a lot of reporting.
Marjorie Holmes, nobody else will listen.
Of the American people believe that.
A girl's conversation with
So
God.
to us as journalists,
What else do I got?
the truth. And the reason why people in the polls think that is because a lot of this reporting that's come out paints his supporters in this mischaracterization.
Look, I think the public.
Mute for a minute. Mute for a minute.
His words, I think, have left a lot of Americans.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that dude there. No. There's murder in the Vatican. The mystery.
That's a good one.
Day of Confession.
I'm gonna read that.
We got some heavy stuff going on.
I know. Alan Forson.
That one.
Millions of women have discovered that Marjorie Holmes expresses their own unspoken thoughts and emotions. They turn to such bestsellers as I've Got to Talk to Somebody, God, Love, and Laughter, and Who Am I, God? Oh, please stop.
Look at the picture. God, see it.
Oh, my baby.
Right next to it.
For a smile, for a string, or for the imparting inspiration that can help any woman not only get through, but also enjoy her daily life. Now Marjorie Holmes' unique gift. Excuse me. My voice is tired. Now Marjorie Holmes' unique gift for expressing intimate feelings open to every teenage girl as she struggles to grow to maturity in a world where God is often the only one she can find who will take the time to listen to her problems.
Some books that I have
Marjorie Holmes' inspiration, new bestseller. Nobody else would listen. A girl's conversation with God. I think every child, every little girl, everyone, male or whatever, should read this. I got things to do. Close the windows. Don't want to disturb. It's midnight. It would be a nice time to go out, but it's not possible. Besides, incredible. Incredible. Incredible.